Hello, kids. It's Dave again, your teacher. Anyway, we're going to be doing something today. It's kind of cool. We're going to take a photograph and we are going to file open. Whoops, wrong program. There it is. And we're going to turn it into a marble sculpture. So it's the same photo, window, or arrange to up vertical. And you can see them side by side. Same photo, I just marbleized it. So it's pretty easy. It just takes a little time. You're going to do as much as you can in the period, and at the end, upload it to the classroom. That's all I want you to do. Okay, and it's something that if you don't get completely finished, you can just pick it up and work on it when you have free time, and that's it. Okay, and all right, so how do you do this? Let's get rid of this, and we're just going to focus on this one. What you need is we need on the classroom, I've put this photo, which you're going to use just to save time. And if you get done with this, I want you to do another one of your own choosing. If you don't get done, it's fine. So there are samples on here. I have, it's up in the classroom. Okay, and you drag it to the PS. Don't drag it on top of the photo because that's BS. Always drag it down to the PS. So you're going to take this photo, you're going to bring it up to this, bring it down, drop it on. Now it's obviously big, so you hit the number 5 and you can see through it. There's no face on the marble part, so we're just going to cover up as much as we can. So if you really want to just cover the face that's underneath, some little bits and pieces might show through. It's okay. So that looks pretty good. I'm only seeing these two little white parts, which we can fix later. Hit OK. Then just hit 0. And now you're going to get rid of everything with a magic wand. Hold down Shift. And if you miss pieces, then you just keep holding Shift and clicking until you get all that gone. Now, we don't need the neck and everything, so we're going to get rid of that neck. And so we're just going to, I can just use the polygon lasso tool. That's this little, sharp edged lasso. And just kind of click around until you get all this stuff to go away. It's actually the fastest way. You can see here I go around, boom, and I get to the end, and I hit delete. So now we don't have that anymore. To get rid of this stuff, you just go back to the background layer and you just take a paintbrush and just go like that. Now you have to turn, the face has to be colorless. So what you can do is you can go to Image, remember this, Image Adjust, okay, and then just go to black and white. And boom, you're done. So it's Image, Adjustments, black and white. And the reason why it didn't change was because I was on the wrong layer. So Command Z. Go back to this layer, Image, Adjust, black and white. And now that is now black and white. Now the goal is to get the pores to go away. We have 3 things. Get rid of the pores, get rid of the eyes, and then we make the skin shiny. Okay, so how do we do that? We use the smudge tool. Boom, right there. And for big areas, you just kind of use just kind of a wiggle, and it kind of softens everything. Okay, big areas, you just kind of, I'm just going in really fast on the big areas. Your goal is to get rid of all that. You see how slight I'm moving this? I'm not moving it a lot. And watch, now in a small area, you can have a smaller cursor. So you want to do that. Your goal is just smooth out the skin. There's none of this stuff on a marble statue. On a marble statue, it's just all sheen and shine, and So now as you get towards the edge of something, you want to shrink. And you want to go in here and soften this up. And once it's all done, you go up to the even smaller areas like the lips. You can see I'm doing all this stuff. You just kind of just get rid of the texture, but be careful. Now the nose is very important. What you don't want to do is this. Do not do this. That's bad. Let's see. You want to use a small cursor, and you want to kind of go into these shapes, into these spaces. Just kind of soften them up. So really small because I'm going into a small area. Okay, you don't send the Hulk into a big area. Send Ant-Man. Sorry, I watched Endgame the other night. No spoilers, don't worry. Good movie though. Okay, so just keep kind of moving into these spaces and smoothing out like these eyelashes. You know, we don't need them, but everything just has to be smooth. Be careful. Some places you don't have to bother with, like these eyelids, you know, just around it like that. Don't forget these places, back in here, all around here. Ears are already done because they're already out of focus. So far we're getting there. We have to go up to here, kind of get all this stuff. And believe it or not, we're going to do the hair and we're going to do the eyebrows. So just start blurring these out. Don't do large strokes. Just see, I'm going up and down with the hair, or side to side. There's a reason I could tell you, but it doesn't really matter. So now I'm doing the eyebrows, same deal. Just soften it up. I'll show you more. I'll fix them more. I'm seeing places I missed. Okay, cool. So now it's blurry, but it's also dark. So the next step is we want to lighten this, okay? But you know what? We'll wait for that. So what we have to do next is we have to go into the eyes. We have to get rid of them because you don't see eyes. So I'm going to use the polygon lasso tool to make a, whatchamacallit, outline. And then I'm going to, where are you ending? There you end. I'm going to fill it in with a medium color. Okay, so like something right around here. And then with my paintbrush, I just go right over it and darken in. And I'm going to reselect by going up to select, and I'm going to just go to multiply, because there's a normal 100, 100 for this, because you're covering. Anytime you want to cover, you normal 100, 100. And I'm just going to make a shadow in here. Okay, so do the same thing, and let's see if I can do it without having the lasso tool. Let's see how good I am. Or not. We'll see. Okay, we're on normal, Command D, because I had something selected. And now I'm just going to go in and, you know, the problem is as you get into the corner of the eye, you got to shrink your cursor down and do that. I don't know, it just takes longer, I think. And then I'll do the darker part by making it multiply. And now I have to be careful because, okay, there you go. So, all right, so now that that's done, we've gotten rid of the eyes. We're, okay, it's good. All right, so next thing I'm gonna do is, here's where the magic happens. You go up to the word filter and you go to filter gallery, and you gotta click on plastic wrap, which is right here. And so I'm gonna kind of ratchet these down again. Okay, these are your controls under plastic wrap. And I'll go Command 0 so we can see it. It looks a little different. Let's take the highlight strength to about 13 or so. I'm doing it on this one. And then the detail I'm going to crank up to about 12, and the smoothness to 15. And you can see now he looks like he's covered in plastic wrap. So obviously you know, maybe this has to come down to like 7 or something like that. Maybe go even lower. And it starts to, you can see changes. You don't want to go too high with this highlight strength because that's what makes it look plasticky. Watch. So you want to put it down low. I think I have it at 5 or 4. I'll bring it up a little bit, make it a little shinier. About 6. Okay. So now it looks better, but I'm going to switch over to the background here, and I'm going to do the same thing, just to make them match. So I'm going to go to Filter Gallery, and I'm going to hit OK. And now his neck kind of matches. Now the last step is to get rid of the darkness in the hair and the eyebrows and other places like the chin. So let's go to the hair, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a brush, and we're going to just go over it with like a gray. So I'm going to pick a gray that's like medium, like that. And then I'm just literally, I'll select the head. So I go to select when I'm on this layer, okay, the head layer, and go to load selection, and boom. Now I'm just going to make it bigger. Oops, Command Z, it's on multiply. We want it on just normal, 100, 100, oh, not 100, Command Z. Let's make the opacity like 24, 25. And I just start painting. I make sure, though, it's a fuzzy eraser. Not eraser, fuzzy brush, because we really don't want to have this, become, you don't want to erase. So I'm just going over everything here. And just see how much I can do. And you're going to go into the eyebrows. I'm not crazy about what I just did, so I'm going to go back a bit. Pain. Okay, so now that this is normal, just want to cover it. I lost some of the detail in the hair. So I'm not lifting up, and every time I do this, it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. I know it's like screen is supposed to do that, but normal does it as well if it's like if it's a low opacity. So I'm not lifting up the pen or the mouse. I'm just going a flat color over everything. Okay, so you don't want to keep clicking. You just want to keep the mouse down. One stroke, and just, here's the mouse, it's down, it's doing a light, but I'm not clicking. It stays on the ground. So now I do the same thing with this. I lighten up the eyebrows. And then I have some areas like the eyelashes where I'm going to go in and lighten them up too with a small, much smaller. You don't want to have like black eyelashes on a, whatchamacallit, sculpture. It doesn't really make any sense. So you want to just soften these up. Then go down to the lips, and in between here, lighten up in here. And then any other place that looks a little too dark. So the last place that I can see that looks bad is in here in the chin. So I'm going to, it's already selected, the face is selected, so you just go right along the edge and just kind of lighten these. And that's kind of good, but you got some weird stuff going on in the background here. So you can just switch to black, and you can just cover it over. But you have to have it on 100%. And I would do it as a sharp brush. That's what it needs. It needs contrast. And we got it. A little sloppy here, but that's okay. And now you have a marble sculpture that used to be a photograph. Anytime you just take away some of this stuff here. Give him a haircut. He's making his hair wobbly. So if you had like wobbly hair like that, now if you switch to the blur tool, you can just go soften all these edges up, and it'll look nice. Anywhere the outside of shape of everything. And then it looks more, you know, there it is, our sculpture. All right, so just to reiterate, you do as much as you can and you upload it to the classroom at the end. And it's just a checkpoint grade, and we'll come back to this. So, but you need to do it, okay? Do as much as you can, watch the video, and you know, blur the skin out. You're gonna blot out the eyes, and then you're going to do the plastic wrap, and then you take care of all the darks and see where you are there. Okay, that's it.